We are, looks like we're good to go.
Alrighty.
Yep. Yes, we are now live. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hey everyone, welcome to this weekend special exclusive fun session. That's what I call it because it's the weekend.
Mhm.
Today we have very, very special founder duo. That's what I call from lovely, lovely Singapore, and they're doing great things right now, believe me. And hence, they're part of the Rocket Week cohort because only the greats get to be a part of it. So let's welcome Nick and April from Trace. Folks, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you all. Thanks for taking your time on the weekend to do this. Pretty pumped, and again, very grateful that you guys are here.
Sweet. Yeah, it's awesome to be here. You're not only taking on weekends, you're taking all 12 a.m. sleep time. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, because you did mention we are calling from Singapore, so yeah, but we're used to this, and just before this, we were talking to Karan about how we had to stay up for the launch, but it's the most fulfilling thing to answer questions, and we learned a lot in the process as well. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, good to see you guys. So both of you, I think, thank you for taking your time, and if you can, let's get into it. Kind of introduce yourselves, and
Sure.
before Trace, what you guys were doing, in the Stone Age or after that, and how did you come and decide to okay, we should launch a product like this in an industry which is very competitive, but
Hmm.
you guys thought, okay, we have something unique to offer. And I think
Hmm.
this would help a lot of people, agencies, marketers, businesses to cut documentation time. That's what our theme is. And yeah, the stage is yours. We would want to know more about you and April.
Sweet. I happen to have like we had a workshop just a couple of days ago, so I have like one intro slide that I'm just going to use to share. Uh,
Awesome.
yeah, so a bit of background, right, is that before Trace, I was running an agency called Video Pulse, and my clients included, DocuSign, Samsung, Caro, HP, etc. And it was a 300,000 ARR agency. It's still running on the side here and there, but I do that at night because it's a US based company. So yeah, that's what actually led me to working with April to build Trace because I found myself as we scaled, hiring more VAs, more like more guys doing more like grunt work. So I found myself jumping on Zoom calls a lot and trying to take screenshots and making all those annotations for making guides effectively. And that's what inspired Trace. So admittedly, of course, many say that, is this just a copycat of existing tools? But at that point in time, we didn't even know of the incumbents and the competitors. So perhaps that is why, as Karan mentioned, there's a lot of unique stuff, and even the UI is somewhat different from some of our competitors because we didn't even know they existed, and then we kind of built from our own use case first. And then, of course, it evolved to having some comparisons and stuff. But yeah, about every quarter, I fly to New York or SV, and that's a picture of me in Times Square. Yeah,
It's the
so
best place, right?
that's yes, exactly. Yeah, and that's these are some selfies of April and I with you guys might not know. I mean, he's a minister in Singapore, but yeah, and some big names here and there. So that's my background, agency, and then trying to solve my own problem, classic stuff. This is not just me trying to fit that story, but genuinely trying to solve up my own problem, and Trace came about that way. Yeah, on to you, April.
Yeah, I mean, before this, I was always working in a startup of some sort. I always knew that I liked, the small teams and just being technical in different fields. So I was in an IoT startup called Exio like 3 years back. And then after that, I was in Pace, which was like a buy now, pay later, something like Klarna, Atomi in Singapore. They got really, really big at the start. Like they raised 40 million in Series A, which is unheard of in Singapore. So they were rapidly expanding their team, and I got to work. into product and engineering, which was really interesting. And that's where I really got to know product. Because before that, I was just, very much focused on building and being a technical person. But yeah, seeing the way they ran things and how they cared a lot about the user experience and yeah, and design, that was a big thing as well. I think we've brought a lot of that into Trace as well. And then after that, the longest time I was in a startup was at Jitto, which was like a B2B Instacart in Canada. It's very important in Canada because most of it is rural areas and they don't have a very stable like supply chain for fresh produce. So that was really cool. And the founder really encouraged me to start something of my own. Cause yeah, he saw that, I wasn't always listening to him. He was like, you should start something of your own. So yeah, and then I got to meet Nicholas as well in Canada. And yeah, we tried a few things here and there. Not all of them took off. So Trace has been a labor of pain and love.
Speaking of Canada, that's where we met Pratik. Founder of Make Forms, FlexiSign. So good stuff. Yeah,
he's a great friend of ours. We ran all of their products on Rocket Hub, and Make Forms did very, very well. So yeah, I think that's why we have Nick and April for two reasons. Number one, the product Trace and their commitment towards it, and second, because Pratik recommended them. And I said, okay, if Pratik recommended them and the product is great, people are great, we are working with them. So amazing. Can you? I mean, it was very interesting, the Instacart version of B2B. April, can you let us know more about that, because that's very interesting. Because before we get into Trace.
Yeah, it was called Jitto, by the way. Their business model right now, I'm not sure if it's still the same as it was when I was there.
Yeah.
But basically, what happened was that the founder got to know some really good contacts during COVID, because he basically jumped on this opportunity to pass out like $2 million of hand sanitizers to rural parts of Canada. So with that contact, after the lockdown period ended, he was like, I need to do something with these people that I know and these problems that I know. So he really just took a very unique path of doing brick and mortar business first, which was being part of the whole ecosystem of middlemen in fresh produce supply chain, and then trying to then bring on a technical person, build a platform, and build out the logistics part of it.
Got it. Oh yeah. Very interesting. Very interesting. I think you guys have a very vast experience, which is very unheard of in the industry. Many people start to code their first SaaS product. Before that, they were in college. They just got off college and boom, they got the new SaaS product. Yeah, it's very good to see that. Good to see that. Amazing. So let's get into Trace. Folks, where did you get the idea of building Trace? And can you let everyone know why did you build Trace? And then we would get into the product, because it's important for people to know that amongst all of those people, your competitors, why did you decide to only build this product in this category? What was your driving force to get into this?
Yeah, so I alluded to this a little bit when my time starting that agency. So I was trying to solve my own problem, and in terms of creating step-by-step guides. Yeah, and I found that using video tools, while they do provide higher context for some items, but many of the times, you find yourself scrubbing through that entire timeline just to find a specific step, right? And sure, you can have chapters like YouTube, they break down the chapters, but the logic of that auto breakdown is not perfect all the time. So what's a hybrid of like the typical PDF guides that we get and a video. So that's why we have we created an interactive video, which serves kind of like a product demo, and that's a big driving force of Trace. Yeah, and at the start, of course, like it took us a good 3 to 4 months to really validate it. At the start, we were targeting agency owners quite a bit because that's my profile. But we noticed that it's actually quite a vast range of users, like mainly like software development agencies making custom projects for their clients, and then doing how-to guides on how to navigate that product. But we also have super users that are individuals, like executive assistants, pretty much making guides for their CEO. Like CEOs just expect the perfect guide and
Yeah.
like something clean, right? So
Yeah.
that became sort of like the secondary driving force when we had a couple of free users first, and then seeing that they prioritize UI UX and just having something that works and works well and works all the time. A lot more than like crazy awesome AI features all the time. Yeah. So of course AI is something that it's a hype and something it's hard for us to avoid, especially with investors. But we prioritize the UI UX first quite a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it showcases in the product. I mean, you can see it literally. Everyone who will see this live session on Monday or next week, and is might be seeing it now. You go into the product, you try it, you would see the difference between and the other products, which have been there since like years. So that's what I think. The thought is very well put, and of course, for the investors, I mean, the moment you say AI, they would add another zero into your, Series A, Series B. That's what they do. So I mean, they don't know if it's how it's going to be used. They don't have any idea, but they're just going to invest more just because it has AI. But yeah, I don't know where they're going, but yeah, awesome. Good stuff. So let's get into the meat. And again, great story. I think a lot of these I've had like yours and Step Capture story is the same, of why they build a product, because even they face the same challenges which you faced when in the agency world.
Right.
Like you have to send something, so they built it, and then you guys did it. So I think it's a great thing that that you're helping people cut time and all of it. So amazing. So let's get into the product. Let's understand from start, how do people kind of start doing it, and then how do they see their thing, and how do they share a trace. So let's see the process. Stage is yours.
Sweet.
And you guys can
We're
begin.
ready. Okay, just gonna share my screen real quick.
Go for it. Yep, we can see it.
Okay, all right. So this is the Trace dashboard. Once again, high level, we help you capture documentation and how-to guides on how to navigate different software. So to get started, you would need our Chrome extension. Okay, sorry, I had to log in real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you can do a bit of zoom in the desktop, I know you have a big Mac.
Yeah.
Mac over there. Just do a big small zoom so it fits in the screen.
Like this?
Yeah, perfect.
I'll just like make things big. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so with our Chrome extension, all you have to do is to add your title and start capture. One interesting thing that we don't always, that we kind of want people to only discover after trying it out for the first time, is that you can actually set which folder it goes into right away. So for example, I'm on like this onboarding folder, right? So it's onboarding, it's not my home. And you notice that when I go back to the Chrome extension, it says that save to onboarding. So unlike other products, you record it and then you put in the folder that you want. But for us, you can be in that folder, start recording so that it pops up immediately over there. So so from here, you add your title, for example, how to add a filter on Gmail, and then you start to capture. Right, so then you click your process as you would normally. So this is a classic example that we always go for, like going to your settings, and then go to filters and block addresses, creating a new filter. And let's say you want to have, Sleek is our accounting company. So like we only want emails coming from them. So any email from Sleek is going to be a new filter, and then search, and then I create a filter, so on and so forth. So from here, you can complete your capture, and you'll see that it's generating my guide. Okay, and then right away, that was like just basically half a second. A guide is generated based on where I click. So it might take a second or two to buffer, and what's happening is that it's sending all this text to 11 Labs, for the API, so that the voice to text, the text to voice will work. Yeah. So I'm not going to turn it on because it's gonna. Okay, maybe I'll just turn it on real quick. I'm not sure if that's audible when I share my screen.
No, it's not audible, but yeah, I can.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's how
anyone who is seeing this, I mean, you can imagine a voice going into your head. So do that.
A mesmerizing
Yeah.
male
Yeah,
voice.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah, so then from there, you can edit your steps. So we do have a few hotspot settings. One is the default one would be to have a pointer based on where you click. Then we have a call out. So call outs are typically used for like just doing like a front and center kind of instruction. Just like reminding people to say, okay, make sure you logged in, make sure you deleted this, or like toggle this thing as like a front and center item. We also have a custom area. So that's if you want to like address an entire thing. So for this example, what's more relevant would be this, when you want to just show people that, okay, go ahead and choose different settings for your filtered message. So this is the custom area. And of course, you can also choose the position of your tooltips. Yeah, so this one's quite a given, right? Just aesthetics. And of course, change the color and text. Yeah, so the next thing, so something that we have uniquely is a dynamic step. So or like sometimes we call it a branching step. So you can kind of pose a question to the receiver of the guide, like, have you joined the company Gmail, for example? And then you can just say yes or no, right? No, I need help. And then you can redirect the user to different steps of the guide. So if, for example, if it's yes, and then it will just go to step 8, and I save it. And the moment I click yes, it's going to jump to step 8 right away. So that way you can, create a custom path for different users. And then we have, you can add your own image as well. So this one's just uploading your own screenshot. Okay, and then we also have a resume capture function. So let me just check if this is, okay. So let's say I want to resume capturing on the Xero tab, right? I was just doing some accounting right before this, so I'm on the Xero software. Yeah, so when I clicked the tab that I want to resume capturing on, so let's say I click manage connected services, add new payment services, etc. And then I click complete capture. So right away, it's going to insert those couple of steps in the guide on where I clicked continue capture. So it was at step 5. I clicked continue capture at that point in time. And then now those steps are added inside. Yeah, so you don't have to redo anything. If you missed out a step, you can just continue as you go. On the other hand, if you clicked extra, you can just delete the step, of course. So that's that one's a given. Yeah, so that's in terms of editing on a high level the guides. You can also blur items like here, and then click the check mark, and things will be blurred out for privacy. All right, so that's editing and customizing your guides. In terms of sharing, so we have 3 modes of sharing. One is to just share the link, right? So by default, it's going to be an open link. If I copy the link here, and I'm opening an incognito tab, so it shows the guide right away. And the end user doesn't have to create an account. It's kind of like a Google Doc when you do a public link. And they can toggle between the 2 views as well, document and interactive view. And then you can also choose to invite people specifically. So if you were to put it restricted, for example, and then you invite someone as a viewer, okay, it says fill because I've kind of hit the limit on the number of, because this one's a pro account and not a pro plus, which is basically like it's on a tier one account. Yeah, but so if I were to edit, it's going to appear on the share.
You are on the lowest tier of your own product.
Yeah, I'm on the lower tier. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Yeah.
Man, we gotta pay. You gotta
pay ourselves.
You gotta pay for the upsell.
Yeah. So yeah, you can add a user individually, and it's going to appear on the Share with Me tab for the recipient. Okay, and then the next thing is to embed it. So if you were to copy the link, you can choose the interactive view or the document view. And then by default, it's going to be a width of 100% and a height of 640. So if you want to change it and resize it, you can just do that. So for example, on our website itself, let me just, So this is how it would look like on a website, as long as it can hold, HTML and iframes, it would appear this way. So in this case, I didn't do 100% because I didn't want it to be too big and fill up the whole thing, right? So I did like, I think 80 or 90%, and then the height I did a fixed one. So this is what an embedded guide would look like. And of course you can toggle in between as well. Yeah. And if you want to embed it on Notion, it's the same thing. But the nice thing about Notion is that you can just drag it. You don't have to do all that, changing the individual pixels
changing
and
the
stuff.
size, dimensions, nothing like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So kudos to Notion for that. But I believe on many knowledge bases like Google, Confluence, they have like an auto resizing function as well. Yeah. So
I had a question over
yeah,
here.
of course.
The embed features. Many of them might ask, okay, that's great, integrates with all these. So do you have plans to add more products to this list? Like, for example, apart from Notion, like you go into other same categories, or for example, if they're not using any of these products to embed, will the experience be the same if they embedded in, let's say, non-supportive supported embed partner, like you have all of these? So many of them have, two of them questioned me about this. So what's your kind of take on that?
Yeah, as long as you're able to hold an iframe or it supports HTML, right? Because I think we had a question about WordPress.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you have like a CMS or like a customer guide kind of page on your documentation, you can just paste it in. You can just paste this entire thing in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. And it will like have the same experience as anyone who is natively doing it. Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Done.
Yeah.
And do you plan to add more? Yeah, sorry, I'm cutting you off. Do you plan to add more of these native partners with you in future? Like
so
the Notion.
The thing is that the Notion, So, well, technically we don't need to like have their API or some sort of like exclusive partnership to those platforms. Because it's just pasting that iframe link and then you'll be able to hold it already. Yeah, but we do have an upcoming partnership with Useful. It's kind of like those in-product guides. And then so that's the direction we might take with some of the companies where we have a direct API. That means the moment you create the guide, you can port it over to you can choose like which folder or which guide on those platforms.
Wow.
So imagine like on Notion now, and then within our interface, you can just send it to that specific page on Notion. So that one we would have to talk to the founders and do the API stuff. We have one coming up with Useful. I hope this is not like too much of a free shout out. I mean, I just want to show the context.
We always love, and it's always great when we haven't announced anything and people get to know it here. Like awesome. It's like a trivia. It's just happening. So that's cool.
Right. Yeah. So they do have a knowledge base over here. So we are part of like their integrations where you directly send it in, and not copying the link and then pasting it, etc.
That's good. Like you can just it's a connection. You don't even need to do a copy paste, nothing of that iframe, and it's gonna just you build a knowledge base. Sorry, you build a trace inside inside the dashboard, and it shows up in their knowledge base, a help article, stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So then we basically are building an API such that we can communicate with their platform.
Got it. That's awesome. And I think Useful, it's a very good product. I think you have struck a good partnership. And so everyone saying this, I think no other platform has focused on making a good experience when it comes to like sharing and embedding, right? They're just like, okay, that's just people are sharing it, they're embedding it. But that's the whole point of products like these.
Exactly.
That you build something, again, it's the editor is good, but how do you make sure that it's easily accessible to anyone? Let's say if someone has access to the knowledge base and they're able to see it. So the point is like you are able to share it properly in different formats for people to see. So many people miss it. They just take share as the last in the priority list of the roadmap or the product roadmap. Like what needs to be built next. Shareability is very on the last set, but
Mhm.
they don't understand it's very critical for
Mhm.
like people to share.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, it's going to take time for us to be in touch with the Notions and the
Yeah.
Confluence guys. Yeah, that's why we're starting with Useful.
Yeah.
They are pretty big. But yeah,
Yeah.
one step at a time.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I guess just really quickly, we have a PDF and video export. So with the video, you're able to choose the resolution, slide duration, frame rate, and all that. Yeah. So I can show you guys live. So it might take a while to export it. It depends. Yeah, it depends on how many steps you have because it takes a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, in the meanwhile this is happening, we have a question from one of the customers who came in like 20
Oh, I
minutes
see the
ago.
chat.
Because I was with him. So his name is Sartaj, pretty good, amazing Rocketeer, had done a lot of stuff with us. So again, when the custom domains go live, you want to take it?
Oh yeah, when the custom domains, like how we're gonna go about it.
Yeah.
Oh, when will
will
it go
it go
live?
live? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not exaggerating, but I was just telling the engineering team that next week we're gonna start. Yeah. So like next week we're gonna start deploying. Yeah, because we have we have been like doing bug fixes for the launch, and then next week is full focus on putting the custom domains out. Yeah. So a healthy estimate just to manage expectations would be the end of the month.
Good.
Yeah. So that's about it.
But yeah, what I can guarantee you that whatever comes out at the other end, the final product, it's going to be kick-ass. So go on, have some great food, have some great sleep, and wake up at the end of July and take a
Yeah.
look at Trace. You'll see amazing thing happening
Yeah.
there. All right. So here's another question from Sataj. What are some
Yeah.
of the differentiated features you have in the works similar to conditional logic? I think this was like your unique differentiators than the
Mhm.
competitors, which is in work, which means you're kind of working on it. So you're revealing your roadmap right now. That's considered that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We're just about done with the export.
On time. Amazing.
Yeah.
You get that.
I'm gonna need to go. Okay, we're here. Alrighty, so we see this. Yeah, I'll answer the question later on, but so let's say it's in my downloads. I'm just gonna open it real quick. Okay, I don't think you guys can hear the audio once again.
No, yeah, but we can imagine, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this is how it looks like. It's exactly what you have.
Wow.
And we really put a lot of priority on the micro animations. It's just something that like we like to do. So like you notice that as the screenshot comes up, you wait a second and then the tooltip will pop up after that. Yeah. So it's clean. I don't want to draw like too tight comparisons, but we probably all know Guide, GUDDE, and the way that they kind of label things is a little bit different. Yeah. So we have the animation. This is still popping as it goes. Yeah. So that's how an export would look like. And of course, the voiceover is happening as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I would recommend you to even add a jump scare, whenever you can. For anyone
like
with a it's like the conjuring, happening in between your trays. So try that. Okay.
Keep them
we have
on
one more
toes.
question. We have one more question from another guy, and it's interesting. HiveCam document desktop apps using this. What's your take on this?
Yeah. I'll jump back to the previous one first.
Oh yeah.
Just to go in order on the unique features. Yeah. So one big thing that we prioritize a lot is to have the dual view. So you can see that we have the scrolling way and then the interactive way. And I guess just to like mini flex the UI UX here, I super love this part when you scroll, and it just pops up really nicely. So yeah, kudos to April and her team. But yeah, so. Yeah, so a unique feature, and we're trying to go down the direction of giving teams more and more control. So you see that in the settings within team spaces, you're able to add different people. So maybe let me just find one where I have multiple people inside. You're able to choose who's an editor and viewer within the team space. once again, because I'm in the lower tier of our own product, it's not showing. Yeah, I should have been prepared for this.
That's
But
fine.
yeah, so
People
you're
can
able to
hang
choose
around.
who's a viewer and editor.
Yep.
And I believe some of similar products, they don't exactly
Yeah.
have that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Many
Yeah.
of them, I mean, we had to tell them to add this. But yeah,
Mhm.
I think so. What are the levels of access? One is editor, one is the admin, I think, one is the
Yeah, so it's
manager,
viewer, yeah, it's
viewer,
viewer editor. And I mean right now it's viewer editor and of course the team space owner.
team
So
space owner.
the next thing is that we're gonna add would be a manager where he or she has control on who can be added and not. Yeah, but right now everyone else can be adding if they want to.
Got it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's one of the core features that we are, just constantly improving, giving people more control of. The next question was about the desktop app.
Yep.
Oh no, the desktop recording. So
Yep.
like as of right now, like today, we are able to capture web apps, like browser-based steps for now. And we are in a bit of a limbo with Apple Dev. Like we were published already, our desktop app, but it's just a little bit troublesome in terms of like payments and stuff with them. So we had to temporarily take it down. But effectively, having the desktop app would be kind of like me sharing my screen right now. Anything that's on your desktop can be seen, and any step from there can be captured.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I think it's a trouble with the Apple folks. Always. Yeah.
Yeah, small hack.
I know a lot of people who just couldn't get into their ecosystem. It's like it's very
Mhm.
very tough. Yeah. So, but I think to answer the person's question, so I think you answered it pretty well. And so I think what other part of his question was if you can like document the desktop apps. So like let's say if I'm opening on a MacBook, or let's say if a Windows system, I'm opening Paint, for example, right?
Mhm.
So can I document or like document Paint? Can I'm doing Paint and can I do those steps? That's what I think he might be asking. That's what I assume.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the straight answer is yes. And many people ask like, how do we record steps for Excel?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I don't know, like everything has gone to web apps except like Excel. So I think like that's the reason why people ask a lot. So yeah, like you can do any desktop app. It could be Paint, it could be your Finder if you need it for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just to be transparent, after we tackle the Mac, the Apple Dev team, then we'll be doing the Windows one. So the Windows might take a bit of time, but it's definitely something that, of course, we don't want to leave that out as well.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right now sitting in their Menlo Park, so go ahead and kind of
Yeah.
jump in, bash into their
Yeah.
offices. Okay, awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, so yeah, great. I think. Do you have anything else to kind of take people through inside the product?
So I just wanted to clarify, like, there's a lot of questions about workspaces and team spaces and their functions. Yeah,
and
so
even the subfolder parts, the
subfolders. Yeah, so workspaces are for organizations. So it's kind of like Slack, and you have just like at the top left, you're able to change which workspace you're in. So if you can see on the top left now, I have an example one with the Amazon workspace. So if I go into that, it's a completely different set of guides inside. And this Amazon workspace, this sample workspace is a free account. That's why they can't do more than one team space.
Yeah.
That's why there's only the home one. Whereas for so I was in the Trace one, so this is our own. So then we have multiple team spaces because we're in the Pro account. And the function of team spaces is to have different departments or teams, right? That's why it's called team spaces. So for example, you can group it based on like the marketing team, sales teams, or interns. Yeah. And subfolders are pretty much folders within folders. So like I'm in the onboarding one. And then if I click into marketing, that's technically a subfolder. So we noticed that it's teams that need subfolders a bit more. So we reserved it especially for the Pro Plus plans when that you have subfolders effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm just trying to recall like what repeat questions we have.
Oh yeah, I have it all. I have it all
So
in front of me.
y-
Before
right.
that, I had some
Hmm.
three questions because we have launched two products in the same space. I'm thinking about
Hmm.
one more question, which is about the analytics, right? Let's say people had this question, and it's important for people to track. Let's say they've shared
Yeah.
it, and I saw that you have the ability to see how many people viewed it. Do we also have
Oh.
or are we planning in the future
Mhm.
to see how many people interacted with it? Do they click at this? How much did they
Mhm.
reach? How many steps did they kind of
Mhm.
consume? Did they click on this button, or they skipped it? Kind of what others had. But again, I know it's not a lot of complications in this. You just need to know
Mhm.
how many people saw it, clicked it, viewed it, and went through it. So do you have more? I would frame it like advanced analytics coming soon, or do
Mhm.
you have it in the roadmap?
Yeah, so in terms of viewership and the retention, effectively like how many steps they go in, that's something we're already capturing actually for our own like analytics of our platform. And it's just a matter of making that, per user so that you guys, the users can have access to the information for your own guides. So that's in the roadmap. I think I have like a whole Notion page. I think that's coming out in a month or two. It's something that we really want to get right before launching. That's kind of like our philosophy. Like we rather take our time and launch things properly. And with analytics, it tends to be a bit sophisticated, so that's why it might take a bit of time. Yeah, and in terms of like advanced analytics, do you have any like elaboration on
Yeah.
what you might mean by that? Or are you talking about, the retention and all that?
Oh yeah. Again,
Yeah.
the same thing, which is again, right
Hmm.
now what we can do is we can see how many people viewed the trace,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
in the future, the advanced version of it would be how many people clicked on, let's say, while they were viewing
Yeah,
it. If they clicked on
a
any
particular
element
stat.
or a button,
Yeah.
did they click on any button? Did they click on the CTA, which you
Yeah.
guys might add any house CTA, any hotspots they kind of clicked on,
Hmm.
or
Hmm.
did they go through the whole trace or not? So that
Hmm.
would be it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, except that, I don't see any other analytics being useful in information for the users.
Yeah. I mean, something that we've discussed is to have like a higher level form of analytics. So
Yeah,
that means like if you have like just based on the titles, right? If you have a lot of guides that are talking about, let's say Google Ads, and
yeah,
then you can kind of have something that we're planning to build, in a slightly longer term, is something like a page telling you that okay, your Google Ads related documents tend to be not so well viewed.
yeah,
Like is the approach that you are, building those guides a little bit too sophisticated or complex for the end user to see it. So like more qualitative data is something that we plan to work on and ideated upon. Yeah, but it's going to take a bit of time. So, but definitely, the more black and white kind of metrics, like the viewership and retention, is something that we have in the pipeline.
hmm.
And yeah, once again, we have that data already for our own, analysis, and it's just a matter of making it public to individual users.
That's good news.
Yeah.
For anyone who was worried about it and who couldn't sleep last night, that these guys would have it
Mhm.
or not. Okay, you can sleep it now. Awesome, good news. All right, I'm going through. I think some people had the question
Yeah.
about the voiceovers,
Yeah. I'm just stop share
because
for now. Mhm.
because they think that okay, they want voice in every video they export. So I think you already are integrated with 11 Labs. So are you guys kind of add more, let's say, voice types? For example, I'll just give an example because we have seen products like these and what they did before, so you guys get more idea. Floik had, let's say, the audio, and yeah, you can choose who
Yeah.
speaks. Is it a male? Is it a female voice? And
Mhm.
then the accent also had it, right? For example, if it's a Spaniel, if it's German, if it's Portuguese or language. So again,
Mhm.
11 Labs gives you that option. So are you
Right.
guys going to add that kind of inside the editor, like for people to choose the voiceovers, or yeah, that question? If you answer it, I think we can answer a lot of questions related to the
Yeah.
voiceovers. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So in terms of language and accents, that's something that it's just a matter of us connecting to 11 Labs and building a feature around their
Yeah.
API. So short answer, yes, that's going to come around. And in terms of translation of the, okay, sorry. Now, in terms of having a different voice with the text, that's something that we're working on as well. So yeah, so like, your text can be something simpler, but the voice is a bit more elaborated.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, April, do you have anything to add?
Yeah,
Because she's the
yeah,
one that's kind
yeah.
of like building the APIs and reading the
Yeah, I want to hear
documentation.
from April. Yeah, go for it. Take your 5-10 minutes because you haven't spoken a lot.
Yeah, so sorry.
Yeah, no. I like Nick to take it on. But yeah, I mean 11 labs, honestly, they're pretty expensive. So we're always cautious about what what exactly we want to offer, but I think yeah, different languages is definitely something that's really important. So we'll definitely add that in. I know that it works with, I don't know, we've tested like Vietnamese and Mandarin so far. Those seem
Mhm.
to work pretty well. We haven't looked at the
Mhm.
other languages yet, but yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah,
And yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I would love to hear a woman speak as well
yeah.
in our
We
text to
have
voice.
a
So
Frenchman, we have a French guy, Francois, who always had the first question. Any tool which goes live either on Rocket Hub, it goes in AppSumo. The first question is always, "Hey, do you have it in French?" Every time. It doesn't
Right.
matter what the product is, like how good it is. That's the first question.
yeah,
And I think, yeah, you guys, if you're testing it out right now, I think which I think is, I consider it a positive that you guys are thinking the same
yeah,
direction. So I would take that as a great point for people who are waiting for the level apps and all of those AI voices department.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I wanted to add quickly that what April talked about on like us trying on Vietnamese, etc. So
Mhm.
right now we are able, if the text is in a certain language, like um for example, I have ni hao, which is hello in Mandarin.
Yeah.
I know you guys can't hear the audio, but you guys can go try it, right? When I play this, it will say it in Mandarin. So
Okay.
so it is, that's on 11 Labs side. So it's able to
Got it.
read out what you typed down already. But what we are working towards is the multi-language part where you have like a dynamic variable, yeah, with English, and then
Hmm.
like everyone else has access to it based on what you type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so like I guess it's like a half yes, we have that already. Just that it has to be, made dynamic.
Got it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great stuff. I think,
Hmm.
yeah, you guys are going in the right direction. That's what I can say. So yeah, awesome. Good work. Let me just look at few more questions, which I think, yeah. One more thing, yeah, last thing. I think
Hmm.
before that we wrap it up because, yeah, it's 12:46 in Singapore, and I would like you guys to take off for the rest of the week. Um, so there's a feature called Zoom feature, right? I mean,
Hmm.
like we got, okay. Can we zoom? Can these guys zoom into the screenshots or the captures, like,
Hmm.
or is it something in the making?
It's something in the
Yeah.
making.
So
Oh yeah, go ahead.
yeah,
Sorry, I should stop. Yeah. Go ahead, April.
yeah. I mean, as you've seen from our videos, we're really anal about how our things look. So with the zoom, it's just been finicky trying to get that animation just really smooth and nice, especially for the interactive view. So yeah, it actually works. Like you can crop stuff on development, but yeah, we're just perfecting the animation of the panning. We just want it to be really smooth.
Got it.
But yeah, that's coming soon.
Okay, that's good. I mean, which anyone who watching this can knows that, okay, whatever has been in the works, the final product is coming out to be amazing. So yeah, I think it's worth the wait.
Thanks.
Awesome, good.
Alrighty.
All right, so I think we are good to go, and I think I don't know if we already discussed the roadmap, but can people still go and check the roadmap, which is in the Notion document, which we have already
Yeah.
linked on the home, the D page?
Hmm.
Is that something people
Yeah.
can still go and check?
Yep.
Yep.
So that's on the Rocket Hub page.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So anyone
Yeah.
watching this, please go ahead. We have all the D on the deal page. You go inside the quick
Mhm.
link section. We have a link to the roadmap of Trace, and yeah, go and buy and empty your wallets for Trace this Rocket Week. because they're doing good stuff, and the other deal as well, other fellow people in the cohort. And Nicholas, April, thank you so much. I think
Yeah.
it was great spending 45 minutes with you on this session. If you have, before we wrap up and you go ahead and sip a pina colada, please let everyone know how was your experience, and if you want to share a last kind of final statement with the Rocketeers, what would you like to say to them, and then we can wrap this up.
I mean, don't go for a star as a LTD platform. I'm just kidding. Okay, no, but like
Who is
honestly,
that?
like
Who
oh,
are you talking about? I don't know. We don't
oh,
know.
Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah, Apple. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. No, but it's the first time we're doing an LTD, and yeah, we were kind of like scared at the start, right? Like, we, especially with things like the discount codes, the redemption codes and stuff like that. But I think Karan and Charlie has been extremely helpful. Yeah, and they really guided us along, and the graphics are like better than what we make as well. Like the graphics in the page for Trace. So yeah, like
Yeah.
and yeah, like by the way, I'm not like getting a commission for saying all this,
Yeah.
right?
I didn't
Just
send
saying
him $10,000
exclusively.
for this, so
Yeah,
anyone thinks.
yeah, but it's really cool that you guys take it more like as a selective and exclusive approach to like help market it together rather than like a spray and spray kind of approach.
Be in eBay like platform.
Yeah, rather than
Yeah.
an eBay.
Yeah.
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 So, and I also like wanted to take the chance to thank Adam Glick, who gave us a review
Oh yeah, I
on our
saw that.
page. I did
I
you saw
saw
that? Yeah,
that.
it's like
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like it was really like heartwarming to see all that positive feedback and like constructive, ideas
Yeah.
as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And our people, like, they can be when they're in good mood, they can give you good reviews. You don't want to see them in a bad mood. So yeah, he did it in a good mood, which is amazing. It's very rare to see it these days, but you guys got it. And yeah, and any message to the Rocketeers, like, about Trace and the final
Mhm.
statement to them before we wrap up?
And anything from April?
Yeah, anyone, April.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on, you spent like, yeah, I counted your 3 minutes in total speaking time. If you want to make it to 4 minutes, you can. This is your chance.
um no, yeah, it's been really great so far, the experience. Yeah,
And we're just getting
it's been
started.
really
So
yeah, it's been really nice getting emails as well. I mean, they're contacting Nicholas, they're not contacting me, but for what I've been CC'd in, yeah, it's really nice that users bother to, tell us what they want. So I know someone even said that, they don't necessarily have the budget right now in their company, but they would really like to be on board, you know. Yeah, things like that. And yeah, it's motivating to want to improve the product for them as well. And
awesome.
yeah, just nice knowing that we have worked on something that people see value in so far.
Cool. Awesome. Great. Folks, it was great talking to you. Thank you again for your time today. Have a great week, rest of the weekend. And folks who joined in and they gave out their questions, and folks who are going to see it next week, because I know a lot of you who are going to see it next week are already on the beaches right now, or going somewhere with your families. You won't want to see a webinar, but yeah, again, next week you can see it in your own office chairs. So yeah, thank you so much for joining in, Nick, April. It was great talking to you folks. We would see you on the other side. Till then, thank you, and
Alrighty.
have a great weekend.
Yeah. Thanks so
All
much.
right. Have a great
Karen, as
weekend,
well.
everyone. Thank you.
All right, Nick, April. Bye-bye. See you guys.
Yeah.